All right,
think our caller is
yeah, let's
calling
try
back
calling
again,
it.
so
Or
let's give that a
try.
shot again. Hello?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we
Oh,
absolutely
yeah.
can.
A little on the loud side, but come again.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
I have a science question for you guys today.
Sure.
Okay.
Right.
So, I learned that the Hindenburg exploded because it was full of hydrogen gas. Why is hydrogen so explosive?
Yeah, so have you ever seen the video of the Hindenburg going down, Colin?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty, it's kind of exciting, but also terrible. So Zeppelins, as they were called, or hot air balloons, not hot air balloons, but blimps, were filled originally with hydrogen gas because hydrogen gas is not very dense at all, and so it's really great at lifting things like balloons. Problematically, though, so hydrogen is the simplest of all elements. It's composed of one proton and one electron. Have you ever learned that before?
I have, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So maybe you also learned from a chemistry class, possibly, that so in really basic elements, specifically hydrogen and helium, they hold their electrons in what's called the S shell. So it's an area that's very close to the nucleus, well, relatively speaking, very close to the nucleus of that atom.
Okay.
And hydrogen, typical hydrogen, is just, again, that one proton, one electron. In order for hydrogen to be stable, it would really like to take on a second electron. So if it could have two electrons, hydrogen would then have a full S shell or S orbital, which again would make it stable and make it non-reactive. So typical hydrogen is looking for something to react with, some way to get an extra electron. Does that make sense?
It does, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so the main source of that is going to be atmospheric oxygen. So just hydrogen gas just floating in the atmosphere is not going to combust by itself, but just a tiny spark or a tiny amount of friction that adds energy into the oxygen and hydrogen mix would make it possible for oxygen gas, which is O2, to split apart and join together with two hydrogens to form water. But the force of that splitting and then rejoining is very reactive and creates a lot of fiery madness, as you no doubt saw in the Hindenburg video. So that's essentially the reason, is that hydrogen needing that extra electron is super reactive. And actually oxygen, on the flip side, oxygen is also pretty reactive. If oxygen can just get two electrons, it would be very happy. And so oxygen is constantly looking for electrons as well. And so it's that desire to share electrons that brings those two elements together, and the reason that hydrogen gas is just so combustible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so helium is the better choice for safety reasons. Helium has two protons and two neutrons, and it also has two electrons. So it's full, its S orbital shell is full, it's stable, but being that it's a little bit heavier than hydrogen, it's not quite as buoyant as hydrogen. So hydrogen is more buoyant, but because it's so combustible, helium is the preferable lifting gas that we use.
Interesting. Cool.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Subscribe!
Come on, push the button.
You know
Yeah, you want to.
Do it.